All right, hello. Welcome to a Top Chef Pairing mini edition. I am Jeff, your hospitality industry and culinary expert, and here with my co-host and my friend who's an expert on many levels, including our business, is Sundi.
Some things experts is a stretch, but hi, Sundi,
I
pop
got
culture
that from you.
professor.
You told me
I
say expert on everything.
Right, that doesn't sound like me, but yes, self-proclaimed expert too. And with the business, by the time you hear this, the vintage Vanderpump will have dropped. The one that we had a guest, Ethan Cohn. It was really fun. And we'll have done our Restaurant Wars coverage. So that was a really big one, which we're about to talk about Last Chance Kitchen. So that's obvious too. But coming up this week, the season finale. I know that I've been very sort of like quagmired in, is it the end? Is it not? But it is the end. This week, as in when you hear this week will be the season finale of Ladies of London. And so Emily and I are going to transition into Summer House / in the city. So anybody who cares about Top Chef, who also cares about Summer House, who is listening right now, you'll find our coverage there. And like I said, Jeff and I are just like working for the weekend right now. We're out of town next week. We've been working really hard to get everything scheduled. So I don't believe you'll have a gap in content, but if you do, you can always send your complaints to Jeff at PinoPod, and send your encouraging words to me, Sundi at PinoPod. Otherwise, find us on socials, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
All right, awesome. Now,
Yeah,
now,
that
now,
was succinct. Yeah,
that was great.
No. Yes.
All right. Speaking of finales, this is one right here. It's only like our
Yeah.
5th Last Chance Kitchen, and it's the finale of it. You know, they start off like it's down to 2, which it's always 2 people on here. But this one is
Yeah.
super important because the winner is going back in. Yes.
Yeah, Brandon's really feeling the importance of this. But is it typically only 5 episodes for Last Chance Kitchen?
I feel like this is much shorter. I feel because sometimes there's so many people on the side, like they end up excusing a couple people, and then like a whole nother group starts forming, and then it goes back in, and it's not always this many people left. Sometimes it's a couple people less in the competition when they go back in.
Maybe because all of the weirdness with like Jen's shoulder, and then like Justin having to go home, and then like Seeger having to go back. Like maybe that kind of affected it, because 5 seems like a really short run. I was like, damn, finale already? I mean, we still have what, like 6 episodes left?
Yeah, maybe it was after all this, like a real busy, calamitous couple of weeks, and they're like, you know what? Wrap it up on Last Chance Kitchen. We don't need it.
That's all.
We can free up those hotel rooms at the Element, get them out of here. Don't worry about it. This clears up a lot for us.
So I do feel a little robbed though, just because my first experience with Last Chance Kitchen, and I just thought like, man, that was just a really quick, short run. So
We'll get in touch with Wells Fargo, see what we get.
Yeah, I'm in touch with Wells Fargo every day when I check my my app on my phone. Okay, I don't need any more contact with Wells Fargo.
We're gonna need a close up of the debit card when you say that, by the way, if you could. We have 2, because of the words from the show, powerhouses coming in. We've got Brandon. Yeah.
Jeff, I forgot. I do have one bit of business. I forgot. This is like the only time that it really needed to be said, but we have a new partner now, a new collaborator, Nutwood Winery, who is partnered with specifically our Top Chef and our Last Chance Kitchen coverage and our cook challenges. And they have supplied the wine for us. So when we are doing cook challenges and when I'm trying all of your super interesting food, they've given us the wine to pair. And so you can, I'll put some of their information in the show notes, and also too on Instagram and stuff to kind of see. It's a beautiful place. I think we're going to do some stuff there, but I just want to say, like, thank you, Nutwood. Shout out. They have been very nice and very gracious, and they have given your girl lots to drink on. Like, I need more of that. But yes, just thank you very specifically.
Yeah, Nutwood Winery
Winery
up in LaGrange, Georgia, helping us out.
That's right.
And tomorrow you'll be seeing some more of that.
You will indeed.
Right away coming in, we got Brandon, as you said, believing in himself pretty well, believing he's better than a lot of others left, especially his brother. So he's got to get back in, pumped, focused.
I have something really mean to say about Brandon, and I want to say it, and I don't want you to scold me.
All right. No, you just got his name right. I just want to say this is a big moment. I'm just
but
saying.
it also could apply to both.
Okay.
He has childbearing hips. And so just I didn't notice it because he's usually behind a table, and maybe but
Yeah.
because there was 2 of them, I just didn't. But yes, he is a voluptuous man. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right.
Okay.
Tom's
So
got a
back to
question
him
for him
being
right up front.
confident.
Yeah, wondering who he's going against, and he picks correctly. It's
Yep.
Rhoda. We get a little intro from her, and I kind of got worried because she's like, I want to do so well. I want to get back in the competition. I want this. And I'm like, I don't care for all this wanting. I hope she's getting it.
Yeah.
But we'll see. This is how,
They were tricking us.
this is how stressed out you need to get in a 14-minute show. Also,
Mhm.
Tom immediately picks on the one dish that got Brandon here, the rice pudding, which we aren't
God.
fans of rice
This
pudding in general, but
Right, but Tom's tone is a little mocky. Like, he was like, "Rice pudding." It just seems like this man just got eliminated from his dream. Could you maybe just, like, give him a little bit of a softer landing? Like,
not
it
his
was just
brand.
it's a little aggressive. Like, I mean, sometimes
Not
he's more passive with the aggressive, but this was aggressive, aggressive.
Not Tom's brand. Plus, we know this is, like the fifth, sixth thing they've done in a row here or whatever. Tom's probably tired, and it's like he's had to,
Yeah. Way to be
he's had to eat
perfect,
a bunch of
Tom.
stuff he doesn't want, and he's just over it right now. That's another reason. Five's enough. Five is plenty. We're good
That's
here.
right.
Tom's done
That's it.
snacking on stuff. He's looking to grant the wish of Rhoda, though, getting to participate in Restaurant Wars. So it looks like we're going to do this challenge this week is a last chance kitchen restaurant wars battle.
Yeah.
Sounds wild, and it is. It's very wild.
Yeah. So, I mean, Brandon is, like, locked in. Like, he is so just kind of, like, on ready. He can't even banter with Tom a little bit. Like, he
No,
is locked
he's
in. But
all biz.
is one bite dish harder to do than, like, a full dish?
I would say no, because I mean, no matter what you're
No.
cooking, you can trim it down a certain way and do it. And especially this caliber of chefs, like they're working in places that probably focus on tasting menus, or at least they're around them a lot. So whatever dish it
Mhm.
is to get, it is difficult. I don't mean to breeze by it like it's nothing, but if you're able to craft most of these dishes, then you can do a very pared down one bite version of it. I mean, you've
Mm.
seen people throughout the season kind of give instructions to something, or this plays with that in a certain way. You don't really have that leniency in this. When it's got to be one bite, that's it. There is no like, oh, now that I've tried all this together, I really see it. Like it is kind of like make or break though. So, but in
Yeah.
the construction
And
of it,
it's pretty kind of, like, narrowed instructions, right? Like, it's like, you have to have a concept. It's gotta be the courses. It's gotta be progressive. You get 45 minutes. And then he's like, "Da, da, da," the dish. Go small or go home. You know I love a pun, and
I love
I
go
had to
smaller, go home. I
mention.
had that one too.
Yeah, I thought
Uh,
that was really cute.
Brandon looking very ready. Rhoda looking pretty easy going. I like the difference right off.
Man, Rhoda is, like, she should be the security captain of every job she works. Like, in an emergency, you head straight to Rhoda because she
Yeah.
is one cool character. She is cool as the other side of the pillow. I mean, maybe I haven't necessarily noticed it, but compared to Brandon's just, like, franticness, she just looked, you know what I mean? Like, she was just like, "Got it, man. Like, I'm over here chilling," and Brandon's losing it shit.
No, Brandon's over here looking like Sheena from our vintage Vanderpump, not being involved with something is exactly the kind of energy I was thinking. Just please let me do everything at once right now. But we start
What do you make
uh-huh.
of the decisions that these chefs made?
I'm pretty happy with all of them. I mean, we'll get to one. I've a bit of an issue in a little bit, but right off
Okay.
the bat, I mean, I think they start off well. I mean, they have a pretty focused idea, as far as like, you need to design a restaurant now, so I feel like
Yeah.
anything to start off, if you get rolling and have one dish you're working on and have at least one you're thinking about within a couple minutes, then you're nailing it. I mean, absolutely. I'm sure they're not thinking like, that one bite dish was the best thing I've ever put on a plate in my life, but they are thinking it's solid. It's got to get me back in.
I have a clarifying question that I don't know if like now or later. But in terms of like declaring a concept, I
Mhm.
mean, you're just married to that. Like, you have to be so faithful to that. There's no, like, once you declare, okay, my concept is seafood. Okay, my concept is Cali Mediterranean. Is that it? Like, there's no going back?
I mean, if you start making the dishes for it and switch, then yeah, then that if you switch between the first and the second, then the first one is kind of nullified and you got to do it again, I would guess. Because that's what
Well,
he's judging
fair.
it on.
Yeah, we'll come back though, but specifically, I'm talking about the idea of like the seafood. So we'll come back to that at the end after we talk about whatever they did. But it just felt really like a little unfair that, oh, okay, so seafood, and then yeah, but we'll come back to it. I'll ask some clarifying questions. I do just want to proclaim that duck is yuck.
Because they do get to pick it. You know, it's not like they got thrown one and then they
Right.
got thrown another. So it is on you as far as like creative development and follow through with cooking the dish. I mean, it's a wild challenge. This is nuts.
Yeah. But if I could equate it to like when I tell my students, so like they oftentimes they'll come up with a thesis statement. And by the time they sit down to write and they've warmed up with the ideas or they've warmed up with the ingredients and they kind of see how it comes together, then it could evolve into something else. And so I think that's kind of what I'm like taking issue with is that maybe perhaps it evolved into something beyond what he clarified in that very first moment. And I just feel like that just doesn't feel fair to me.
I think it's just a hard challenge. That's part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be judged
Okay.
against something.
See.
So that's part of it.
Yeah, good enough.
Rhoda
Yeah, yeah.
Rhoda goes with her Kelly Mediterranean, which is a pretty broad one. It's kind of even like, I mean, Mediterranean as a whole is, I think, bringing the Californian even kind of widens it a little bit.
Which apparently
Not
was
a
the play.
ton. Yeah, that is a great one to do. I mean, Carolina focused seafood is also pretty wide open, but we'll get to that. Like we said, I think she has more freedom between the two of them. She has a pretty clear idea right away. You know, like I'm going to go vegetable forward first. I'm going to do a seafood. Going to do a duck, which not everybody here likes. I'm a big
Duck
fan.
is
I
yuck.
like it. I like it enough for both of us.
Okay, good, because there's a greasiness to it that I have a hard time with. I'm a real weird
A
I have sensory issues
greasiness.
anyway. Kind of. Maybe I haven't had duck cooked really well then because there's just like a I don't know, a texture that just doesn't land with
A
me.
texture I get. Yeah. We also would have accepted quack as whack instead of duck as yuck. But whichever you
It.
want to go with on
Missed
that,
it.
that's fine. That's fine.
Jeff, I really just left that right on the table, didn't I?
Well, I'm the
I left
culinary expert, so you gotta you
that's
gotta give
right.
it.
Right.
Brandon, as we said, going Carolina, but seafood focused. First, he starts working a scallop crudo taco with like the thin sliced scallop as a taco shell. Then he's busting out pasta makings for his third course. So he heads over to the vacuum sealer for that, and he's even saying like I know everybody gets fucked up by pasta, and it's like so maybe don't do pasta, but here we go. It's a big move.
I literally wrote that because you and I had a conversation very early on. I think probably before we even watched 1 minute of this show. And you were like, these quick fires, people are out here being really ambitious, trying to like make pasta. You said it specifically. You were like out here trying
Yeah,
to make pasta. And as soon as he said it, I said, oh no, goodbye, Brandon. Like that's
yeah.
it for you. Like my heart just sank for him because I knew it was going to be unsuccessful.
Yeah, as he's getting going with that, like flip back over to Rhoda. It's like working a carrot salad, like simple, easy. You can do a lot flavor wise with it. She's going from the stovetop to the wood fired oven. That's great. Like going with the goat cheese pistachios. I love all this combination of flavors also. But at the same time, throwing her third course on there, getting the duck going low and slow, like all of this banger moves. This is awesome. And like, just like that, 15 minutes is off the clock. Third of it's gone as they're like,
Yeah.
okay, here's what I'm going to do. And like, you have 2/3 of your time left.
I really liked the modification of, hey, just bring it to me when it's ready
Oh,
instead of
yeah.
that kind
That's
of like,
great.
here, do it, do it, do it. I thought that was at least a nice concession to make for them because otherwise, like, yike.
Yeah. However you need, get it up here. Brandon rolls up first with his taco with scallops and apples. Rhoda's right behind him with a carrot salad. And it had I had to look up the, like, oleand that was with the pistachios. Sounds awesome. It's like a, garlic and oil infused thing. Looks pretty great. I love this kind of stuff on like crushed pistachios on carrots.
bold Nana to call Brandon frantic. Feel like might be
Hey,
some
she's
glass
free and
houses
easy over
here.
there.
Like,
Yeah, she can
yeah,
say
like,
whatever she wants now.
and Justin out here. I didn't realize we were going to see Justin again. I'm glad to see his face. He's also wearing shorts and his thigh meat is out.
It
It
really
is
is. It
on
is.
display.
Yeah.
It is.
Very, very small piece of shorts in the middle there. Brandon's going hush puppy second. Rhoda starts working Romesco, like one of my favorites, but a lot of times it takes a while. And she's doing it with scallops. That's an awesome pairing for me. I've done that a bunch. Also, I love Rhoda's like mildly talking smack, and Brandon's just it's going right over his shiny bald head, not
He
sticking at
can't,
all.
though he doesn't have the bandwidth. And,
No.
Rhoda in her confessional, she's really funny. She's like, listen, I gotta cook I have to cook this duck, not cuck this duke. I have to
That's a different
cook this,
podcast.
right?
That could
Like my
be on
life
your
depends
Ladies of
on it.
London, maybe.
Probably. Like she's you can't just yell at it, grow up and feed yourself. Meanwhile, Brandon full on uses the F word. I'm not over here playing fucking patty cake. I'm like,
Yeah.
ease up, sir. You can just be quiet. Like I know you're stressed out, but like just channel it because he is just smoke
Oh, I
is
love that
coming
coming
off of
up.
him.
Yeah. Brandon's picking up his hush puppy with trout roe and Dewey aioli. What's really funny is I was like, and my first thought as he's bringing it up, I was like, man, that dish could have used like 5 more minutes, which is something I probably wouldn't think at any other, but because of the time frame, I'm like, oh, I bet he wishes he had 2 more minutes. Like usually in a restaurant, like, I mean, you got more than 2 minutes. You're not even thinking about the time frame. Then Rhoda
Yep.
delivers hers, gets right back to her duck. I mean, it's like they're just nonstop, like slinging the plate up there, saying what they got to say, and right back to it. This is when Brandon is really going big, like you were saying. He's doing an egg yolk raviolo with ham. He is sprinting with every pore of his body. I mean, like
He's
all of
good.
his, it is going. Like that's the fucking patty cake. And
I
Justin's like,
feel like
do we like patty cake? Not the worst game. It was a very like almost Mike Myers 90 like Austin Powers-ish kind of move by Justin, and I've been thinking that about him the last couple weeks, and I can't get it out of my head in a good way,
yeah, especially with his
obviously.
birthing hips. But I feel like that Brandon is moving in the kitchen like I would. If I had this particular scenario, I had this set of skills, like that would be me. That would just be me. Like, you know what? Anxiety just like fuels the completion of it all. So I'm just like, okay, everybody just look away at the Tasmanian anxiety here. I'm gonna get it done. And he did. But he is rushed. This
Yeah, he
man
is
is sweating it.
all over. Rhoda is firmly planted at her table at this point.
Yeah.
Even though he's all over, he's poaching his pasta, he's getting it plated, she's resting the duck, the onlooker, the peanut gallery seems a little nervous, like, we're getting to finishing touches, you're like, this is happening, this is really coming together for them both.
He's cutting it close though. Like it's down to like 2 minutes, and this man is still, working. But he gets it. He does it.
So we've got his quail egg raviolo, which is also, of all the pastas to do, like, that's crazy. I mean, you're getting like a whole yolk and cheese in the middle of that. And then he's got country ham and caviar on top. Roasted duck with the Vodavon spices is what Rhoda's got, with some radicchio and a grape jus. Pretty elevated dishes for
Yeah.
anyone. But I mean, to be the third thing that's coming out in 45 minutes is spectacular. I mean, it really sucks. It's just one of them at this point, honestly. Yeah. According,
He does not
yeah,
have a great poker face either. Like he cannot keep his cool. Like when they have set their dishes down, like Tom is trying to banter back, which that's what I'm telling you. I am Brandon. Brandon, you are me. Like I'd be like, just get to it. Just fucking tell me what the fuck you're doing. Like I don't want to fucking talk. Just give it. Like he just has I mean, his jaw is clenched, and Rhoda over here, like just cool as a fan. She's
easy
ready for
breezy.
it.
That's right.
That's right.
Tom's pretty amazed they got it all together, of course, because it is quite a feat. The first course seems pretty even. Second course, maybe she's pulling ahead a little bit, but both could use some tweaks on it. Then, of course, third course, little issue with the pasta. You know, the duck was seasoned great, and she had a great concept. So,
Well, this is to where I was going to ask, had he named it something else? Like, had he not said, okay, this is my concept is seafood, maybe he had named it like his concept was under the sea or, you know, water adjacent or something that's a little less confining. Would that have moved the needle for him, maybe?
I think the flavor and everything together with that third course, I think she beat him
Ah,
out as just a better dish. So I think it's still going to go Rhoda. It did probably hurt him a little bit, but nothing that's going to get him back in the competition. I don't think.
yeah, okay.
She was pretty solid. Obviously, she likes doing duck. I mean, she's done it a couple times just in Last Chance Kitchen. So she went for a strong, I mean, he went big. I think that wins him some points. But the fact that there's an issue with the thing that you knew there might be an issue with is also on Tom's mind, I think. But Rhoda's back
Why?
in.
Yeah, she's so sweet about it. Like, she's just like emotional in her confessional. And like, I just thought that was really telling of how hard she's worked for it. But like, the woman is just unstoppable. The fact that she's even in Last Chance Kitchen is kind of
Yeah.
remarkable. Like, what, you don't belong here. Like, you're slumming it here in Last Chance Kitchen, ma'am.
Correct, which I think is great validation for anyone that's been putting Rhoda at the top of their list the last couple weeks in what we call our seeded part of our
Sir,
little pool we have going here. So she
you
is
cheated.
firmly back in there.
You cheated and wiggled the rules a little bit, and you know you did.
I never got
Yeah,
told
I
a
put it.
rule about this at all. So
They were implied. You know that we're only
please,
judging the chef testants that are on our screens from like 9:30 to whatever time. Like Rhoda was all out,
you don't know
but
what time that show comes on. It changes every
you're
week.
right.
It's
Nobody
very
does. That's right.
slippery.
Nobody does. So,
Um,
but she earned it. She definitely deserves it. And even Brandon says that he just got flat out outcooked. So
he
he was,
yeah.
you know, was a gentleman about it.
He admitted to it. He got outcooked. And I assume he went back and body slammed a giant freezer. Is exactly what I think happened. Like, there's no like punch in the
Right.
wall. I think he just went and found like a Sub-Zero, 2-ton cooler and lifted it above his head and just slammed it down.
So is Brandon the good twin or the bad twin?
You mean like talent wise, or is there some
No,
news out there I don't
like
know about?
no news, but just like in terms of personality wise, like one of them was a little bit more serious, a little less like
Okay, if
a little
if
bit
you
less
go
like
right to
cocky.
the last episode, Restaurant Wars, the
I
one
can't
who's
remember
like,
which is which.
well, give me just a second. Let's see if you do. There's two twins, right? One of them is like,
Yeah.
hey, I have 5 gallons of vegetables. I still need prep. And he's like, give me what you need. And he's like, well, I have the little Garni Puyo over here. He's like, stop fucking around. Tell me what you need. The guy who's saying, stop fucking around. Tell me what you need. That's Brandon.
Oh, so the
Jonathan, who
wrong
is saying the
twin.
Garni Poo is still in the competition.
Dang. So the wrong twin went to Last Chance Kitchen. Dang.
Yeah, I mean, I do think it goes
Bummer.
back to one dish only on Restaurant Wars being not a great pick, and the way he executed the one wasn't a great pick. So I do think he's
Rice
stronger
pudding.
overall. Yeah, I do think he's
Yeah.
stronger overall. Let's get into the rice pudding. We haven't discussed it enough. I definitely think, like I had him higher than Jonathan for sure, but here we are. And I mean, Rhoda's back in, and I honestly I think that's another reason it's the fifth episode. I've got 4 reasons I've made up already, but it's like, let's just get Rhoda back in there. Let's just get her back in there. We've had enough dicking around. Let's just get right to it.
She definitely deserves it. Like, she is really, really a killer.
And thus concludes our last chance kitchen of your first season of Top Chef.
That's
What
right.
do you think?
I feel a little robbed. I
Yeah.
feel like, well, on two fronts. One, because there wasn't so many episodes. Number two, she just was dominating. Like, there ought to be like a, too many run rule like they do in Little League Baseball, right? When it's like 65-5. It just felt unfair. They kept just sending these chefs to the woodchipper that is Rhoda. I
Yeah.
think it had been a little bit more entertaining for me to watch chefs of skill level against each other, right? Like Brittany, I saw Brittany and Nan, or like Justin and Brayden, like those, that would have felt more fair. But like Rhoda was just stomping through them like Godzilla in Tokyo.
Yeah, it's not fair, chef. It's Top Chef, and that's what we got here.
That's right.
But
That's
it ended up how we wanted. We wanted Rhoda to get back in there, of course. So I really, maybe the mercy rule is something we're doing in here. Like, just get her back in. We're tired. Like, they're gonna get slaughtered. Like, who are we gonna send to her next? Seeger? Nah, she's gonna destroy him. Like, he's already been kicked off once. Let's not do that to him again. All right. Do you happen to have a recommendation for us this week from your breadth of pop culture knowledge? What have we got? What's inspired you?
So, Restaurant Wars, obviously, and I stumbled on this little show. It's only 2 seasons. It was on Stars. It was called Sweet Bitter, and it is about have you seen Sweet Bitter? It's a really good, and it felt just really poignant. It's about a young woman who moves to New York City, just needs to get a job. She lands in this really swanky, really exclusive, highfalutin restaurant, and she kind of becomes really important. She really enjoys it. And just sort of the way she moves through the hierarchy of the staff, and it was really, just really reminds me of how we used to all bond together. So like I didn't do a traditional college experience. I went to work first and then went back to college because Nolan was so little. And just remember, I didn't have a sorority. I had the women that I worked with in these bars and restaurants, like all of these women, like they were in my wedding, and I still see them today. Like that was my core group. And there was something about that nostalgia just really felt so like a homecoming to me. And it has the girl, her name is Ella Purnell. She was on Yellow Jackets. She was Jackie, which we say snacky around here because, she got 8. But she's also in Fallout. And then Kaitlyn Fitzgerald, she's the blonde lady. She was in Masters of Sex as like the uptight, prudish wife.
Yeah.
But she was also in this little miniseries, We Were Liars. And it's very quick. It doesn't have a whole lot of episodes. It only has 2 seasons, but I loved it so much. And I just like this Restaurant Wars and how quickly they had to intuit each other and understand each other. It just like felt like that was a good match. So it's on Stars. You probably can buy it on Amazon. Definitely can get it on Apple iTunes, but go watch it. It's like 1 weekend time commitment if you haven't watched it. So, I mean, if you watch TV like I do.
It's adapted from a book also.
Is it? I don't know if I knew that.
We listened to some of the book, and it's kind of like loosely based on what it would be like in like a Danny Meyer, this big restaurateur in New York. Like one of like being in kind of one of his restaurants, it's kind of loosely based on what it would be like in one of those coming up, like trying to learn wine, because it is a good story, especially at the beginning. Like she's kind of falling all over herself. Like, she's got to know these terms, like just culinary terms and like working in the restaurant terms, So anybody who was starting out like as a teenager, a young person like we did, you can relate to it for sure.
She gets this like moony-eyed girl crush on one of the more successful, more established servers, and she gets lured in by like a smarmy dirtbag bartender who.
Yeah, I was going to say, not all the guys are great. What do you think? What do you know?
Yeah, but I really liked it. I'm so happy that you'd seen it too, so you can kind of understand like how good it was. It was really good. I liked it a lot.
I picked something I liked a lot also. Been waiting for this. To use this book, to use this chef. We're taking the departure from North Carolina, going to Greenville this week. So I don't know if we're done with North Carolina or stepping out, but while I can, I'm going to use one of my favorite chefs in North Carolina for the past several years or more. It is Pools by Ashley Christensen from Pools Diner, Recipes and Stories from a Modern Diner. It's an amazing, cool place. It's just like it's a modern diner, like it says in the title. They've got a blackboard covering a whole wall of the diner where it's got just them in chalk writing down like what they have available for the day, what they have to eat, what they have to drink. They're very friendly there. We went last about 4 years ago, and we will be there again very soon. So y'all look out for us. Just a great place. And there are some fantastic recipes in here. I mean, it goes from very basics like pickle brines and stocks, things you just need to know to get started. And that's where the book starts. And it's like, so if you can get these down, and then you'll be able to make this stuff leading up to this. And some of it's, like also here's a wedge of watermelon and some good cheese and an avocado. That's a dish. But there's also some very complicated stuff. It's wonderful. Yeah.
So I'm about to commit you to something on air. I know you love it when I do that, but you
Okay.
and Brooke are taking this trip, right? This sort of
Yeah.
like food tourism trip next week over the weekend. So I think if you would be okay with it, we could devote a little bit of one of our mini episodes to kind of you recounting some of the places you visited, because you guys are heading to the Carolinas and you were going to go to some different places. So I thought that would be fun. Our listeners would love to hear where you went.
Oh yeah.
Obviously you're going to take pictures and we're going to post them to social media, but that might be a fun little bit that we do as you've been talking about all these places you want to see. So I think that would be fun if you're willing to do it. I don't want to commit you to
I'm
something.
willing to do it. And don't worry, I've got some surprises coming for you, I believe, and for everybody else that may be Top Chef themed. So we shall see. But I cannot recommend this place enough. They also have a place right next door called Poolside Pies where they do pizzas. Like I said, the chef, Ashley Christensen, is just wonderful. I mean, we had pate, a watermelon salad, and peach cobbler in the same meal. They have a take on the burger from Pulp Fiction. They have a beef dish called Royale with cheese. I mean, it's super fun, super tasty. It's a very cool place. You would like it. So check it out. Pools in Raleigh.
I will put all of this information in the show notes, and we'll find her in the social medias.
Oh, I already showed the cover. That's all people need to see, isn't it? Right? That's it. That's all.
Well, often I like to give
modern.
people a link.
No,
right.
I'm clowning on myself there. That's good.
I know. I like to give folks a link. They can kind of click through. They can't just walk into, the Barnes Noble and be like, "Hey, man, you got this book." So I will definitely give you all of the info that you need to. And Sweet Bitter, I'll put the links, all that kind of stuff too.
One decision left for you. So we had 2 restaurants in Restaurant Wars this week. Both were Carolina themed. One took a little more direction down south, had a little more, Mexican, South American twist to it.
Yeah.
And one had a little more soft touch, as you said, to Carolina, a little more seafood focused, a little more watery. I liked it's pretty funny. You said Van Gogh looked to their place because we saw the immersive Van Gogh exhibit when we were in Raleigh last, actually. So, yeah, there you go. So you've got those 2 restaurants, flat circle, to pick from, with a secret ingredient from North and South Carolina for me to choose from. So from the 2 restaurants, what would you pick?
I think I'm going to go Carolina Queen. I think that's going to be my bit, especially as the seafood element goes. Not that I don't love pork, everybody. I love pork.
Yeah, we're pork and chicken heavy.
Yeah, just to mix it up a little, I think I pick Carolina Queen on this one.
Yeah, actually, the one for this week's cook challenge is getting a chicken alteration also into some shrimp, just because it's been a lot. All right. Well, now we're ready to pick from the pink and white slips of paper. We're winding down. We're winding down. Fewer and fewer. Tell me what's going to match with Carolina Queen.
Whammies. Pull. Big money.
Once more, a pink piece of paper. All right. To pair with Carolina Queen, we have, oh my gosh, this is real funny because this got written before the season, but a dish featuring sweet potatoes. How about that?
Okay. Yeah. Yay.
But you have faith in me, right?
Of course. And it's not that I unilaterally dislike sweet potatoes, but I'm putting a lot of hopefulness. I'm hanging a lot of hopes on your interpretation of sweet potatoes because, they're like the dishwater of the starch world.
The dishwater. Exactly. All right. Well, that's our North Carolina's big claim right here this season, so we don't need to go
No, I'm not.
including it with the dish.
Well, I'm saying though that it could be, sometimes it can just be really bland and just like really kind of like flavor. Like a sweet potato has to have a little bit of finesse. I definitely think you could do it, but a sweet potato can go real left.
Yeah, maybe we'll try and get it before we leave town, so you don't have to be worried about it the whole time.
Well, you know what a worrier I am.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be on the lookout for the social media and the YouTube, especially because I'm trying to put our cook challenges on YouTube now. So go there to see. It is Carolina Gold Rice
with a Cracker Barrel influence.
Oh, it was Carolina Gold Rice with a Cracker Barrel, not pork this time. I'm so sorry. I'm just so used to saying pork.
I'm not saying it won't involve any pork. I'm just saying it's not mainly pork. It's all sweet potatoes.
Cracker Barrel. Yeah. Cracker Barrel and duck. Sweet potatoes and duck. My favorite.
It's a great combo.
Yeah. So definitely be looking on the socials. And we have got so much content. Jeff and I have been working our fingers to the bone podcasting for you guys.
Day and night.
Be out of town when y'all won't have a lapse in content. As always, find us on the socials. But if you have suggestions or ideas or anything that you want to see or you want to like explore more about or know more about, please send us an email, Sundi or Jeff at pinotpod.com. And now Emilie, the newly initiated, she also has a email address. It's Emilie at pinotpod too. So, but don't ask her about any of this stuff. She won't care. And she probably won't check it. So you know what? Don't send Emilie any emails, y'all.
Anything for any of them, Jeff at pinotpod. He needs all the email, please.
Don't send Emilie any emails. She's not here for it.
But thank you for joining us, everybody. We are all looking forward to the Ladies of London finale coming up. Yeah, like we said, look for us. We've got plenty coming up as always. So thanks.
Yeah, but see you then.
Bye.